Pikachu, Pikachu, Pika, Pika, Piku, Pikachu, Pikachu. Hey, haha. All right, let's count. What the? I hate counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 96 plus 2, 98 periodical publications available for purchase. Oh, the alliteration, like Marvel style. Ha-ha! Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back once again. It's time for the Comics Coffee Table. Pull up a chair, grab a cuppa, whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today there, pal. I got tea today. Hot cuppa. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to be seen. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's the time for the Comics Coffee Table, where we like to talk about funny books, floppies, comics. I love comic books. I have a lifelong love of comic books. I'm a geezer now. I'm an old dude. So my love of comic books extend way back into the Bronze Age. They do, with spinner racks, pocket change, newsstands, and a brand new thing called the direct market, aka your local comic shop. That's right, your LCS. The spinner rack and the newsstand has gone through the grains of the sands of time, through the hourglass. Philosophize with them, dude. Dust, wind, dude. And, well, spinner racks and newsstands are a thing of the past. 20th century artifacts, one could say. So, where to get your weekly fix of new comic books? Well, that would be the local comic book shop, or even now, here in the 21st century, you can get them digitally. That's right. And what we do here, and happy new release day. Wednesday is traditionally the day for new releases. It's getting to be Tuesdays now as well, and but hey, Wednesday is Wednesday. I don't know. It's also Prince Spaghetti Day in Boston. Pre-recorded, live before a studio audience of my stuffed animals from our Boston studios. Pull up a chair, grab a cuppa. Whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today, pal, chief, tough guy, sizzle chest, chowder head. Yeah, chowder head. Not you personally. We leave the real world's problems over there just for a few minutes in our busy day. We pull up a chair. We hang out together. What are you getting this week? Are you reading Night Terrors? Or is that finishing up? Are we going back to our regular scheduled DC universe? I think so. I've been reading a lot of Marvel comics lately too. I got a friend that shares with me their digital comics now, and I've been reading. I read all the Marvel comics back on Monday. I read 17 Marvel comics new this week digitally on Monday. Yeah, I'm properly spoiled. I'm not buying a darn one of them. Actually, I'm going to the comic book store today, and I am going to be picking up some comics and some supplies. I need boxes. On this show, we make a big deal of our local comic book shop because they're mom and pop brick and mortar shops. They need our patronage, and we need to show up and spend our money there if we want our comic book shops to succeed, thrive, and stay open. I'd like to be part of that solution, but modern art styles are hampering me, have put the kibosh on my love of wanting to open my wallet and take chances. You're a fan of the show, you tune in regularly, you know that Eric O'Sullivan, your Reverend Sully, ordained on the internet, has problems with digitally assisted art. Not the reader itself, not the medium of the tablet or the desktop or your phone. Don't panic. Yeah. Shh. Oh my goodness! Just pay no attention to the guy behind that curtain, please. But I grew up with print comics on paper, floppies, in the otherwise known as the comic book, the periodical, the monthly serial. It doesn't even have to be monthly. Sometimes it's every 2 months. Sometimes it's every 2 weeks. Heck, sometimes it even got weekly for a while. And but there's just a lack of human touch and of warmth, I guess, and just a lack of soul, as I like to say, with digital assisted art. I mean, last week I read World's Finest number 18, and I'm not buying it anymore. I don't want to. I mean, I'm giving up. I'm dropping that title. And I came to, okay, what is a color form? A color form is an old toy of the 1970s and 80s, where you would have this backdrop, this plastic backdrop, with a scene that's, like a street or a spaceship, or or the danger room, and your color form would be these flexible plastic film that you would put on the color form. These are the color forms. You would put on the background. You can move them around, and you could also add things like Spidey's webs or little pows, or even sound effects such as onomatopoeia. And you would basically compose your own comic book panel. Color forms, yeah, they were a thing way back in the day. I wouldn't expect a younger person to know what a color form is, but for someone my age, I explained, like, there was this one splash page in World's Finest 18 where Superman's getting punched out of a freighter, out of an ocean-bound freighter, and there's just something of the perspective was pretty much off as well. But it looked like it was Lightbox. A Lightbox used to be where you took a light, a table that had a light surface. You would put a picture there. You would then put your tracing paper on it. You would trace on top of that, and then you would draw your action scene on top of that. And so I thought that, like, look at this, Action Comics 18. You want, how much did that go for? Was that $4.99? It was $3.99. And it looks like color forms on a light box with these digital drop and drag, cut and paste onomatopoeia. And I'm like, I don't want to pay for this. I don't, and I'm very grateful that I'm having a friend of mine sharing their digital comics with me, so I don't have to spend my money on this. And I'm very happy with pirating comics now. Sorry. But you know what? I'm still going to buy comics. At least I know what I'm going to spend my money on now. Today I intend to buy The Vigil by DC, by Ram V and Company. And there's Ram the 5th. But I'm going to get issues 2, 3, and last week's 4, because I think it's pretty good. And this is how, this is how you keep a title going. You buy it. I'm also going to be picking up last week's X-Men Days of Future Past Doomsday number 2. Not only because it has a penciler and an inker, but it's a pretty darn good story in my humble opinion. I really like the first issue. So I know I'm buying at least 4 comics today. 5. Because there is something huge that I've been looking forward to. But if it wasn't for those back issues, I think I would only have 1 new issue to buy this week. Perhaps, as we do here on Wednesdays, I'm a chef. I love menus. I do. I like to look at menus. I like to, see what, hey, I can make that. I can't make that. And I'm usually interested in, when I go to a restaurant, I like to get something that I don't usually make at home, or it's something that's really difficult to make at home. I usually skip on things that I make that. I can make that. Like, ooh, I don't have that. I'm going to get this instead, please. Thank you. And so, yeah, I'm looking at leagueofcomicgeeks.com/comics/new comics. We do this every Wednesday. We look at the menu of what's coming out. And we have 96 different things that a comic book shop could get order from their distributor to put on their shelves. And your comic book shop's not going to have all of these. But I like going down. I like the experience of going to the comic book shop still, and of new release day. It's just the digital art is such a turnoff. The nigh infinite color palette, and it's just this overuse in these muddled backgrounds. I don't want to get completely repetitive and derivative about this negative experience. I want to embrace the love of this. And this is where modern comics are going. I might not be going with them. But on that note, let's look at the menu. Let's see what's available for us today. And I like that LeagueofComicGeeks.com has this tricked out. And so it's basically, I believe it's sorted by most ordered. So we have for $3.99 for 36 pages. The Amazing Spider-Man number 32. Written by Zeb Wells with the artist Patrick Gleason. And this is a much ballyhooed, often derided Amazing Spider-Man run by Zeb Wells. He's been going since issue 1 on this. He's had he's got a lot of crap for this, and this is a new arc, and it's about Kraven the Hunter, and is this Red Goblin or the Goblin Queen? I don't know, but know this, that Norman Osborn, the former Green Goblin, he's reformed, and he's now the Gold Goblin, and he's an ally of Peter Parker, Spider-Man. So this is setting up a new arc, and let's see where that goes. Let's see what people say about this one. People have just been bashing this title, rightfully so. Maybe too much outrage culture. Who knows? We have Dark Knights of Steel number 12, which is wrapping up a mini-series written by Tom Taylor, and it's about Earth 118, which is a multiverse place. I usually like multiverse stories, so this is would be an Elseworld story, a multiverse story, and it's called Dark Knights of Steel, and it sets our usual pantheon of heroes in an heroic medieval swords and shields and magic and knights in shining armor kind of setting. And this is the last issue of it. And it's only got 2 variant covers. Wow. Really? Only 2? Yeah. And but this wraps up let's see 4 times. So that would be $48 of your money. You know what I mean? That's probably going to be less than $30 in trade paperbacks. Maybe 40 if they're 20 a piece. They do 6 and 6. But I haven't picked up on this. I'm not a fan of Tom Taylor's work. We got a lot of Nightwing fans out here in our live chat and in our comments. So they tell me about if they like it or not. I read a little Tom Taylor that I liked once. It was Injustice, his first Injustice years 1 and 2. And that was okay. So I'm really not going to bag on Tom Taylor because I don't read them. Yeah. I don't think they're made for me. At $3.99, we have Venom issue number 24. This is written by Al Ewing, and it's got a penciler and an inker. Sergio Fernandez Davila and Sean Parsons are the. There's also Julius Ota too, as artist, and so there's an artist, then there's a penciler, then there's an inker. But anything with a traditional penciler and inker, from me, gets a thumbs up. I'm more interested in seeing that kind of art. 'Cause that's what I'm used to. That's my palette. That's my flavor profile. There's X-Force number 43, written by Benjamin Percy, who's actually writing a lot of X titles right now. And $30.99 for 28 pages. One variant cover on that. And X-Force is, it's was X-Force the Black Ops team? That came from out of New Mutants. And over time, it became Cable's covert action team. And so we've got it's Colossus's team, and everything's dealing with Fall of X. What is Fall of X? Fall of X is it's the mini event that ties together all the many X-Men titles, and it's about, resetting the X-Men mini universe. The Krakoan age is coming to an end. Yay. Let's get back to the Danger Room in the mansion, in my humble opinion. There's the Fantastic Four annual number 1, 2003. I think that's a real misnomer because I know Fantastic Four has had plenty of annuals in their 60 plus years. Yeah. So, but numbering, it ain't what it used to be. This is part of the Contest of Chaos annual event. So, there are annuals. Marvel used to do this a lot. They would have an event, but it would be over the annuals. Annuals are usually thicker comic books, and they have a standalone tale. But Marvel also got really good at using the annuals as an excuse to have a mini event. And so there are 9 issues altogether of this Contest of Chaos. And it's 28 pages for $4.99. So that's the here we go. We're going to be seeing the median comic book price is going to be $4.99 any day now for printed up webtoons. We have Donna DC, Night Terrors, number 4, written by Joshua Williamson. And I think it's the end here for Insomnia searches the nightmares of all the heroes for his precious Nightmare Stone. Insomnia is the new big bad that's being introduced in the Night Terrors summer event. And this one has 6 variant covers. Cute. Yeah, a couple of them are like Dayglow stuff too. That's nice. I'm still not buying it, but I read my first Night Terrors books last week. It's whatever. Oh, it's Deadpool number 10 for $3.99, 28 pages by that Alyssa Wong. Hey, you Alyssa Wong, and your bad writing too. I mean, sorry. There you go. This is what happens when you block people on Twitter. They become you want to treat people like enemies? Well, you can have them. I mean, seriously. I hope this dies in the vine, and seriously, just yeah. Thanks for disparaging the product. I don't want to buy your stuff. I don't want to buy any Marvel comic book that's associated with you. I'll read it. I mean, if it's free, and I can be like, wow, this really is shit. I mean, you're there you go. You go, girl. You girl boss. Yay. Um, the Invincible Iron Man #9, written by Jerry Duggan, and Tony's got a new suit. It's this gray and black armor with green power source, so like a green, arc center and eyes and repulsor, things, and it's playing well with the X-Men titles because there's a burgeoning romance between Tony and Emma Stark. I mean, Emma Frost. I'm sorry, it's not going to be Emma Stark. Of course not. They're getting married soon. It's a big crossover. Jerry Duggan's also writing the X-Men title, and so yeah, Jerry Duggan right now is one of the hot hands in the Marvel bullpen. He gets a lot of crap from people in my sphere. He's a real life friend of one of my real life friends. And here's a nice story. I saw Jerry 2 weeks ago at Fan Expo. I got to talk to him for a few minutes. We mentioned our mutual friend. I got to show him a photo we took together back in 2015 of me and my Captain America cosplay. And then I got a text from our mutual friend being like, hey, I'm out for a drink with the man himself. He says hi. And thank you so much for it, because I got to reconnect. I got to help, that's social networking. We got being social with old friends. So, dude, there's a good story there. And you know what? I liked this issue. I love Tony's new armor. I love Iron Man armors. Well, some of them are plain out just awful, god awful. But Iron Man #9, yeah, that was okay. Spoiler, I liked it. I'll get into more of the reviews on Sunday. Usually we review the new titles on Sunday, but I told you I got these on Monday. All the 17 Marvel magazines, I read them all. A couple of them to my chagrin. There's the Immortal Thor #1, $6.99. Nice big comic book, 52 pages. Now that's like the size of an annual, and the price point too. I mean, I just Al Ewing. It's a new #1, so it's a great jump on spot for new readers, or it's a jump off spot for old readers. I guess sometimes old readers get really turned off by new #1. And I don't know. I'm just here to read funny books and love them, or not. But yeah, come aboard. There's a new Hulk #1 out there. I mean, Iron Man is at issue #9, so that just recently restarted. Here's Thor. You know what? Captain America is getting a new issue #1 in a couple of weeks, if not next week, but a couple of weeks after that. Written by J. Michael Straczynski, and so all of our major Avengers are getting, new titles. But Marvel does that too. It's the illusion of a #1 being all these issues #1, they kind of lose their specialness. You're betting on that thing like, oh, it's an issue 1. This will be a collector's thing. Blah blah woof woof yuckity schmackity, all down the line. But this Thor has 8 variant covers. There is a Peach Momoko cover though. I would love to get my paws on that one. Seriously, I love Peach Momoko as an artist. I mean, I buy her stuff just for hers. There was a oh god, I missed out. They only made 50 of them. There's a legendary adult erotic comic called Cherry Pop Tart, and there's a hardcover omnibus edition. And there were 50 available, or 100. I missed out on it. I would have got it just for the Peach Momoko cover, for the Peach Momoko collector's edition. Now, I'm a big fan of Cherry Pop Tart, of course, because it's naughty. And it's done in the Archie style, too. But, I mean, I'm like, nah, that's not the one I wanted. You would have had me at Peach Momoko. Seriously. King Spawn #25 for the discount price of $2.99. for 24 pages. Todd McFarlane is into making comic books and making them affordable. God bless you, Todd. I don't read Spawn. People I know do, and they kind of love it. They really do like their Spawn. There's Batman Brave and the Bold #4 for $7.99, 64 pages. And I wouldn't touch this. Well, oh, maybe I would. This one. Well, yeah, because usually Tom King's been contributing to this book, and he's not on it this month. We got Ed Brisson, Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing, who's an up and rising star, Megan Fitzmartin, who people have problems with. I mean, that Young Justice. Oh, yeah, that Dark Crisis Young Justice book. Missed the mark, and she's been handling Robin Tim Drake, and yeah, no. So I don't. But there's some Kelly Jones art in there too. I'm not gonna get it, but I'll be glad to take a look at it. It's got 4 variant covers, and yeah, it's an anthology that yeah, that's I don't. It's Batman, and we've got Unstoppable Doom Patrol #5. Is this the end of it? Oh, Chris Berman's returning. Good. Or maybe he's just doing the Chris Berman art. I love Chris Berman's art, and I picked up the first issue because of it, and I don't know. It's just I don't know. It wasn't. Yeah, I passed on it. Ooh, we've got Star Wars Dr. Aphra #35, written by my favorite, Alyssa Wong. Yeah, I read this already. It's fucking terrible. Well, it's not made for me. It wasn't made for me. It's it's made for girls. It's a girl, and it's made for alphabet people. So I mean, I hope they show up and buy it. And I don't want to be mean to the character. I mean, it's just like Dr. Aphra is like one part. I don't even know who she is, really. I thought she was Darth Vader's personal doctor. So she's like chaotic good or chaotic evil. She works for the Empire, and she maybe like an archaeologist too. So there's like a dash of, Indiana Jones, I guess, in the Star Wars world or whatnot. But you put Alyssa Wong on anything, and I'm like, Alyssa Wong. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I mean, hey, thank you for the block. I mean, yeah, I don't want to buy your stuff, and I will actively root for you to fail now. You and Dan Slott, Craig Pack, Donnie Cates. I'm sorry, Donnie, about your troubles, but you know what? You, Donnie Cates. You, Greg Pack. Fuck you, Dan Slott. And anyway, you, Becky Cloonan. Sorry. Not sorry. Jean Grey #1, written by Louise Simonson, who's one of the... Louise Simonson edited Uncanny X-Men for the first half of the 1980s, and then handed that off to Annie Nesenti. Yeah, and Louise Simonson, she was Louise Jones, and she met her husband, Walter Simonson, at the office, and she also wrote X Factor, and she's the creator of Apocalypse. Nobody knows these X-Men voices better than Wheezy Simonson. So I was looking forward to this one, and it's $4.99 for 36 pages. It's got 9 variant covers. There's Realm of X #1 for $4.99, 36 pages, and this is an all-girl team written by Torrin Grunbeck, and just girl bosses, girl power, and it's for girls. I mean, it doesn't have to be for girls, but it doesn't interest me. It's like, just have fun. Yay, girl bosses, right? I don't want to sound like a misogynist. I love women. There was Moon Knight, City of the Dead #2, and this one has pencilers and it has a penciler and an inker. Seriously, I mean, like, sign me up. Just written by David P. Poose. And yeah, it's just Moon Knight doing Moon Knighty things, but with I mean, better art. I'm in. I'll check that out. I already did. There's Night Terrors Detective Comics for $4.99. There's Night Terrors Action Comics for $4.99. There's Night Terrors Harley Quinn for $4.99. These are all right. Sure. There's Ice Cream Man number 36 from Image Comics. I've heard interesting things about that. I wonder if I should check it out. If you are reading Ice Cream Man out there, let me know in the comments section. There's Dawn of DC, the Penguin, number 1. Okay, whatever. There's Daredevil Echo, number 4. I believe of 4. Yeah, there's Blazing Conclusion. It's written by Taboo and B. Earl. And the artist is Phil Noto. And I usually love Phil Noto's artwork. I really do. He's really photorealistic. He's done a lot of good stuff. We're having tea today. Let's see. No, there are 0 variant covers. Come on, Marvel. How are you supposed to milk that without, Rogue Sun 15 from Image? And we're going to be winding this. There's Night Terrors Angel Breaker. And that's for $3.99 for 32 pages. Angel Breaker and Raptor trapped in a Cobra, whatever. Tim Seeley wrote it. And Tim Seeley has been writing Local Man, which is pretty darn good. Angel Breaker, I guess that's a new character from the Night Terrors thingy. Well, the Who's-He, What's-He. Black Panther number 3. It's got a penciler and an inker, and it shows. And it's written by Eve Ewing. And it's I'll just say it. It was the best best written superhero comic book I've randomly come across in a while. Just dropped right in. I'm coming to all of these comics, these Marvel comics, from. I'm coming into it unaware and naked in a way. Like, I don't know what's going on. You don't need to. For me personally, as a lifelong comic book fan, you don't need to know what's going on. Every comic should be a new jumping on spot for a new reader. And with the written for the trade mentality, it's like we've lost that in a way. Black Panther 3 was really, really good. There's Storm number 4 by Annie Nesenti. Let's see. There's Captain America Finale number 1 for $4.99. It was 36 pages, and it's wrapping up the Revolution storyline with Bucky Barnes and his heel turn. And but here is the one comic book that I would be going to the comic book shop today to get. And it is Big Game number 2 by Mark Millar and Pepe Larraz. And it's Mark Millar's Miller World crossover event. And there's going to be a bloodbath in this comic book today. I'm looking forward to this. Muchos. I believe this is going 5 issues. And I'm in for this one. Seriously, I love Mark Millar. He's actually really cool to me. I've talked to him several times on the tweets. And there's one more that came out. It's called Marvel Unleashed number 1. And it's about super pets. And I think it's to compete with the whole DC mentality of their super pets. But it's called Marvel Unleashed number 1. Written by Kyle Starks. And it's just cute. It really is. I enjoyed it. Yeah. And, but yeah, big reviews come on Sunday. I thought it was nice. I really liked it. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 111. Let's see, Planet of the Apes number 5 of 5, wrapping up the Planet of the Apes, series here. There's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Stranger Things number 2, Star Trek number 11. I wouldn't touch that with wearing a rubber. Sorry, I just no, and just trying to be a little funny here. Let's see. And we're getting near the end of the list of new releases. Strange New Worlds, the Scorpius run, IDW. No thanks. I mean, yeah, I'm just put off by that. It's okay to not want to buy things for the reasons why you don't want to buy things. And if that has to do with the talent involved, then that's your reason. But I'm a huge, huge Star Trek fan. Can you tell? Can you see? I'm a huge Star Trek fan. Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, the movies, Enterprise. You can see that thing right there. That's the Star Trek box set containing the entire original series, the animated series, and all the original series movies. Those are Eagle Moss, little models of starships. Those are all the Enterprises that matter and count. And yeah, Star Trek is just again with the Twitter blocks. It's like, how am I supposed to want to be part of this? I'm obviously not supposed to want to be part of this. That's the thing. You've been judged, and you don't matter. So hey, new Star Trek. Yeah, sorry, not sorry. And that's about it. And as always, every week there's one in here. It's the Betty and Veronica Jumbo Comics, the digest, $9.99 for 192 pages. I never see this comic anywhere. I don't. Wow. And that's about it for New Release Wednesday. What are you getting on New Release Wednesday? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments section. What are you reading? What are you putting down? Are you putting down anything? Because I am. I'm struggling to want to buy new comics. I really am. Help me out here. No, I mean, the only people that can help me out would be the publishers by making better stories and better art. There are some out there, especially with the Marvel ones this week, that I was taken by surprise and I really liked. We'll talk about that more on Sunday with the weekly new release review wrap-up. Exactly. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. We've been the Comics Coffee Table. Pull up a chair, grab a cuppa, whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today, pal. Exactly. Thanks for spending your break with us. Like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We talk about comic books. We make pop culture hot takes occasionally. We talk about cooking. I'm a professional chef. We talk about spirituality and gratitude. I'm an ordained minister, a spiritual dude. And there's a lot here. So if you haven't already subscribed, click on that subscribe button. It would be like a modern, comic book artist and draw. I know, huh? I know. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.